What is up, guys? In this video I'm going to be showing you one of the best loot spots in Fortnite Chapter 5 that recently got buffed because of the addition of a new NPC. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of this landing spot. So this island on the very north end of the map now has a Solid Snake NPC that you can hire, and he functions exactly as a scout specialist, meaning he'll scan the area and mark nearby enemies, basically giving you wall hacks. These scout specialist NPCs I think are some of the best of the hired NPCs, especially this season with how good snipers can be. They're very helpful in chaotic locations like vault spots, and they can also be incredibly helpful for endgame. And with this week's update, the Solid Snake NPC was added to the game for the Metal Gear update. So prior to this week, the NPC was not on the island. The island itself isn't the most loot. It has 8 potential chest spawns and 9 potential floor loot spawns, and some of the loot is pretty spread out. I tend to just get the 4 potential chest spawns around the Snake NPC, get the barrels, there's also a cooler here, and then kind of just make my way towards Lavish. If you are landing at more of like a low-key drop spot like this, the thing I'm most concerned about is just getting good timing on wherever I'm going to go afterwards, not necessarily getting the best loot off spawn. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong with spots like these, is they land at a spot that's not very much loot, and kind of set up to just like third party and take advantage of getting good timing on another spot, and then they spend way too long kind of looting and making sure they get every ammo box and every little bit of everything. And so they end up not getting great timing on the spot that they're going to third party, and then they end up with like not the most loot anyways. I think getting that timing on Lavish and having an easier clear on the boss and the other players in the POI, getting the Mythic Auto Shotgun, getting the vault so you can get that loot as well as the weapon bench is kind of the goal for landing at a spot like this, not necessarily, you know, making sure you have the greatest loot off spawn or making sure you get every ammo box. Like, getting the vault loot and getting the boss, I think, is going to be significantly more impactful to your game than getting a slightly better rarity AR or getting like, you know, 20 more AR bullets. Like, it's just not that big of a deal. That timing on the fight at Lavish is what matters most, I think. If you do want to play more safe, or if you're playing team game modes, there is a house west of this island that you can zipline to, and this also has 8 potential chest spawns and several floor loot locations, and there is a mini vault location near, kind of like in between this island and Lavish, which can have 5 chests, and if you wanted to play safer, like I said, you could kind of loot the island, get the Snake NPC, and then loot one of these other spots and then go to like Lavish afterwards. Or what I think would be quite good is if you're playing team game modes, to kind of like split drop your team and loot all of these spots individually. So like one person lands on island, one person lands on the island with a house, and then one person lands on the mini vault, and then y'all all just kind of loot that on your own and then meet up on your way to Lavish, and then you quickly, you know, get access to all of that loot, but also still get decent timing on Lavish. I think that can work out quite well. And the scanner NPC will be really good when you get to Lavish, because I feel like you're probably going to have 3 types of scenarios when you do get to Lavish. There's either going to be people actively fighting the boss that you're going to third party, people actively fighting other players in the POI still that you're going to want to third party, or you might get there a little late and someone has already eliminated the boss and they're in the vault. And pretty much in any of those situations, the scanner NPC is going to be super helpful because it's going to mark all of the players in the area. So you'll know, like, okay, these 2 teams are fighting, here they are, or this team is in the vault, and so you know how to play that. Or maybe the entire team isn't in the vault at the same time and you can kind of take advantage of that split timing. Or maybe just no one is there in general, and having the scanner NPC to scan the area and then just kind of confirm to you that there's no nearby enemies can also, you know, give you a nice peace of mind to just let you know that you should probably just go straight for the boss and then get the vault. Can also be great when you're trying to leave the vault, because sometimes you might not be sure if there's any players just waiting on you trying to catch you leaving, and the scanner NPC scanning as you leave will also be a nice little peace of mind to let you know if there's any players waiting to ambush you. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to make the MPC scan. It just kind of scans on a timer, so it's not like you can save it for these pivotal moments. But if the timing does match up appropriately, I think it's like every 45 seconds or every minute that it scans, you can really, it could really be helpful in those situations. I think one thing you may want to consider doing though, and this would probably be more of a solo problem than in team game modes because you can kill the boss faster, but my Snake NPC would just kind of stand there while I was fighting Oscar and get, you know, spammed by all the guards and the grenades that Oscar throws. And if I ever got interrupted, like let's say I was fighting the boss and the guards, you know, sprayed out my ammo and had to reload while they're just killing Snake, or if another player pulls up and I have to deal with them while Snake is just getting melted, then you could end up losing your NPC. So I would sometimes just like tell him to wait somewhere still at the POI, but not in the immediate vicinity of Oscar. That way he doesn't just, you know, get eliminated by all the grenades or all of the guards or all of that. And again, like I said, this is probably going to be more of a solo concern than in team game modes, because in team game modes you can kill the boss much faster with 4 people shooting or 3 people or 2 people, whatever. You don't have to worry as much about how long it'll take you to kill the boss. And so I think this spot is really, really good if you wanted to get wins. And it's not even necessarily like going to be a very passive game landing here, because you do get good timing on Lavish, and then you can get the Mythic Auto. And then from that point on, you can still play pretty aggressive. So it's a good consistent spot for early game. I think you're going to get the auto shotgun, which is great, and then also you have this scanner NPC for the remainder of the game to make it much easier to play if you are able to keep him alive. So if you wanted to consistently win in chapter 5, I think you should definitely consider landing here. I think it has, you know, a lot of positives and really not that much negatives if you are able to land, if you're good at landing. If you have other people conning you for this island, the fights can get a little scuffed, but if you're good at landing, then you should be able to win those no problem. One final thing I wanted to touch on is that there is a contract griller NPC at the dock near Classy Courts, which also functions as a scout specialist NPC, and he's been here the entirety of chapter 5, I believe, or like once they added NPCs. But he was previously bugged where sometimes when you would hire him, he would just kind of walk around with his pickaxe out and do nothing, and he wouldn't scan or anything. That appears to have been fixed, and now he should be working properly. So that's another scout specialist NPC if you do want to potentially take advantage of that. I don't know how much it works with kind of what I talked about in the video. I wouldn't really recommend trying to get both of them and going so far out of your way to do that. But just in general, if you're in that area or you like landing classy or whatever, that can be a decent NPC to go for as well. And I just kind of wanted to mention that because he was bugged and he seems to be fixed now. But that is going to be it for this video. Hope you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting. As always, if you did, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Shockwave, though, I didn't get like completely blocked by the tree. I went where I wanted to go. That was excellent. How many medallions is this? Is this just 2? Bro. I thought that guy had so many. But like I said, I've played Claw for years before paddles were a thing. But yeah, I think just being able to fluidly jump and aim is nice. And that's why playing Claw was so OP. Because like, I didn't really start hearing about paddles until like, I want to say like 2012. I feel like it was like Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2 that I started hearing about them. And so, rip. Dude, the bot was actually so OP there. So I could like line it up through the tree because he was marked. But anyways, I really didn't start hearing about paddles until I want to say like 2011, 2012. And then even then it wasn't as widespread as it is now for quite some time afterwards. And so playing Claw was just a huge advantage. Because back then, no crossplay. So like controller, like playing on console, you were playing against controller players. And then also, very few people had the ability to jump and aim at the same time fluidly. And so like, you had a huge advantage playing Claw. And that was why I did it. I think it initially kind of started in Halo. Because jumping was really important in Halo. But also, in Halo 2, there was like button combos you could do to make your burst rifle shoot. It's called the battle rifle, but the rifle that shot burst. there's basically button combos you could do to make it like fire multiple bursts at once. And then I think people started playing Claw because of that. Yeah, thank you for the Prime YZ. I appreciate it. Enjoy your IP viewing emotes and sub badge. Courtesy of Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if I should learn Claw. No, you don't have to. That's like the point I was making. No one should play like that if they don't want to play like that. It's not as necessary as it was before. But back when that was the only way to get those advantages, like games didn't have custom keybinds like they do now. Like paddled controllers weren't as prevalent or as accessible. Like playing Claw was a huge advantage. And since I had played like that for so long, like I didn't really use any custom controllers or pro controllers until like I used the Elite at one point in like probably 2019. But even after that, I used mostly basic controllers until I was sponsored by AIM. And I've just played Claw for a really long time. I enjoy playing Claw. I don't see any reason to change it, but if you don't want to play like that, that is totally fine. It's not as big of a deal anymore because most games have custom keybinds and paddled controllers are more accessible, widespread, affordable. Like obviously they're still really expensive, but there's some controllers. What's up, Smoke? Like I forget what it's called. I think it's the Power A Fusion or something. There's like an $80 like paddled controller that exists. I don't know how good it is, but like that's about the price of a regular controller anyways these days. No! Snake, if you die to the storm, I'm gonna be so sad. Teleport, please. Please, teleport. Thank you. Get in. Hurry. Bro, if we were robbing banks, we'd be caught so quick. This man takes an hour to get in the car. What's up, Forky? Solid Snake is a bush camper's worst nightmare. He's quite weak. Imagine. I don't know if my AR is loaded. I'm pretty sure he's behind that rock. The guy shooting me in the back, I think, is an AI. That was questionable, but he had a pump and I had the Mythic Auto, so that fight is like hard winning for me unless he does something special. And thought this person was an AI, so I just wanted to go on them. I was hoping to hit my first shot and then just get back in the car and whip it back around and then get out again, but I missed the first shot. But he also missed his pump, so I was like, all right. That's good for me. But yeah, the Solid Snake NPC at this island here. There's like an okay-ish amount of loot on that island, but you have really good timing to get to Lavish and get the vault, hopefully. And if you're playing team game modes, you can maybe land like someone here. And then there also is like a mini vault here where you just have to like kill the boss with the key card. And then y'all could loot this entire area rather quickly and then third-party Lavish and have the wall hack NPC.